See, today we are going to discuss about association. We are going to discuss about association. In association, we have to go for the composition, aggregation, and the inheritance. Okay, so this is what we have to discuss. It is very much important actually. Till now or till today, whatever we have discussed, that was related to only single class. That was related to only single class. Now we are going to discuss about the relationship between the classes. We are going to discuss about the relationship between the classes, and that relationship is nothing but we can say association. Okay, so I can simply say relationship between the classes. Classes, please go on mute. Relationship between the classes is called as association. Is called as, simply we can say, association. Okay, so that association can be a composition kind, that association can be aggregation kind, or that can be a inheritance type. That can be a inheritance type. So for example, see, for example, if I consider the class, as a customer, okay, it is related to the bank. Assume like we have the class as a customer, okay, and there is another one class. I can say account. Okay, so is there any relationship between a customer and account, guys? Yes. Is there any relationship?
Yes.
Yes, there is a relationship. That means our customer has an account. So if it is in the bank case, if it is in the case of a bank, so assume if I consider class as a customer, and if assume I do have the class as a account, okay, if I do have the class as an account, then we have to implement the relationship between these classes. So that relationship between these classes, is nothing but we can say association. That is nothing but a association. Okay, this is what we can say. Then we can have the person. Okay, we can write the class person. Okay, and that person, okay, no doubt some person attributes will be there. Okay, person's functionality will be there, and then I will write another one class mobile. So assume like I do have these classes. So is there any kind of relationship here, person and mobile?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So every person has a mobile. We can say. Person has a mobile. So or customer have an account. Okay. So like that one implementation is there. Okay. No doubt some technical differences are there in this example. We will see that one. But assume, what is the noise coming? Okay. So see, now I'm going to write one more class. Okay, class. Okay, here I can write simply person. I can write a person class. Okay, and this person class have relationship with the class. I can say employee. Person class have relationship with the employee. Person class have relationship with the employee. So this is again a one kind of relationship. This is again a one kind of relationship. So as I said, association is nothing but a relationship between the classes. Association is nothing but a relationship between the classes. So this relationship can be a composition type, that relationship can be an aggregation type, or that relationship can be an inheritance type. That relationship type can be. So I can say this association, that is what the relationship between the classes can be of a majorly two type. Okay, that is what of a two type. One, I can say one. See, I can say one is a kind of relationship. Is a kind of a relationship. And there is another one, second, I can say, has a kind of relationship. Has a kind of a relationship. So this is a kind of relationship will be get represented by inheritance. Is a kind of relationship is implemented by inheritance, and this has a kind of relationship will be get implemented by aggregation. Aggregation. Okay, and I can say composition. Composition. So association, that is what the relationship between the classes can be of a is a type or a has a type. Okay, so is a type will be represented by inheritance, and has a type will be get represented by aggregation and composition. Aggregation and composition. So here itself, as I have given the examples here itself I have given the example itself. So composition will be represented by has a. So here I can say here it is also has a kind of relationship. It is a has a kind of relationship. Person has a mobile, so it is also, I can say, it is a has a kind of relationship. Has a kind of relationship. But person here actually we can say it is what is a kind of relationship. Is a kind of relationship. That means what? Employee is a person. Employee is a person, but mobile has or person has a mobile, or customer has a account, like that one. So this is what we can say is a and has a. So is inheritance in the this one, properties of one class will be get inherited by another one. So every employee will be a person. Every employee is a person. Is a person. That means what? Some common attributes of the person, behaviors of the person is been inherited by the employee. That means what? Every employee have a name, every person have a name, every employee have the age, every person have the age, date of birth, address. Okay, that is what this thing. So this is what the inheritance kind of relationship. So inheritance kind of relationship is nothing but easy. Okay, and there is another one kind of, that is what has a. In a has a kind of relationship, there is no any kind of inheritance, but classes are related with each other. Classes are related with each other. Then yes, we got that what is exactly the has a kind of and is a, but what exactly this like a composition and aggregation. Composition and aggregation. So see, in case of a composition, the dependent class will not exist, or the I can say, or I can in a very simple words I can say, classes will not exist without each other. without each other. Without each other. Classes will not exist without each other. As I said, association is nothing but a relationship between a classes. So composition is nothing but association. That means what? There will be a classes in relationship with each other. But what exactly the composition? That the classes which are in relationship, they can't exist without each other. They can't exist without each other. And if such a kind of relationship is there, if such a kind of relationship is there, we call it as the composition kind of relationship. We call it as the composition kind of a relationship. So if I consider bank case study, it is the customer is from the bank. Okay, and this is the bank account. Is it customer exist without account in the bank? Guys?
No.
Or is it
No.
account exist without a customer?
No.
That means what? Both the classes are very strongly dependent with each other. Both the classes are very strongly dependent with each other, and such a kind of relationship, we call it as a composition. We call it as the composition. Okay. Then I have given another one example as a that mobile person has a mobile like that one. Okay, but again in this one, is it person exist without a mobile?
No.
Is it person exist? Like there are people, Shweta, they don't have any mobile. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, or even in the mobile, okay, without the person, even that mobile can be like we can consider the company how the buy the mobile, like that cases. So here actually there is no strong relationship. They can exist without each other. They can exist without each other, and hence such a kind of relationship we call it as aggregation. Such a kind of relationship we call it as the aggregation kind of relationship. Aggregation kind of a relationship. So mobile can be exist here independently, or the person can be exist independently. Person can be exist independently. So such a kind of relationship is nothing but aggregation. So that is what exactly. So I can say here classes will exist. Classes or dependent classes will exist without each other. Okay, so if you guys can consider the human body is the best example of a composition. Human body is best example of a composition. Okay, so that means what? Without a head. Okay, like a head is a part of a human body. Okay, or nose, ear, mouth. Okay, so all these are the part of a human body. So this is what they can't separate each other. Or they can't exist without each other. Such a kind of relationship is nothing but a
sir.
If composition is not there, then there will be a aggregation kind of a relationship.
Hello.
Yes.
सर आवाज खूप ब्रेक होतोय आज तुमचा.
Is it for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Break